What's going on, garden nerds? It is another Saturday, which means it's another day in my yard. It's also World Naked Gardening Day. Don't worry, I'm not naked. Or am I? I don't know. Stick around though, you might see something you want to see. I am going to walk through my garden, through my yard like I do every single Saturday and show you what I have going on. Been a little bit busy today. I've been able to spend more time in my yard, and I'm going to continue to spend more time in my yard for the rest of the day. Good news, it's going to be nice and cool the next few days, maybe even a little bit of rain tomorrow, which is awesome. That's why I got a few things planted today. I'm going to walk around and show you. Let's take a look. So I did go ahead and go to the nursery today. I went to A&P Nursery and I bought this desert milkweed, native here to Arizona, trying to attract some butterflies and give them some good habitat. I also couldn't resist and I bought this blue Java ice cream banana. Problem is, I don't know where I'm gonna put these things because I just don't know. I also have these date palms, 2 other mangoes. I just don't know where I'm gonna put them, but I'm trying to find somewhere and I'm trying to get them in the ground by the end of the day, if I can. So let me show you what else I have going on. If you follow me on social media, you've seen me post about my Orange Jubilee. It is just like exploding right now. I absolutely love my Orange Jubilee, just completely taking over, full of bees and hummingbirds and everything else. So beautiful. It offers really, really cool shade, and these colors of orange are just awesome. Awesome. I love it. If you don't have an Orange Jubilee, you should, because they grow super fast. They don't take a lot of water. They can take the full all-day sun. They love the heat, and they can start building a microclimate for you. Use these types of things, shrubs, trees, to build your microclimates. So I love this Orange Jubilee. And I have a lot in my yard. You can see there's another one down there. I love it. Find things like this that you love and that can build a microclimate and start planting them in your yard. All right, so I cleared out both of these garden beds today. I had some cabbage and other things in here, some vegetables that had gone to seed. And I showed you all last week. You can see here's sweet potato that I started inside and planted. I trimmed it up today, and now I'm gonna let it start growing super fast. Hopefully here in a few weeks to a month or so, it takes over this whole bed. I also planted some pumpkin seed in here, and maybe some zucchini. If you all know me and follow me on social media, you know that when I plant seeds, I just throw a bunch of stuff in the ground and see what pops up. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. Sometimes everything pops up and then I have an issue, but I planted a bunch of stuff. We will see what happens. Something cool back here, you can see my not native milkweed back in there. It's starting to flower and look really good. This canna back here that I thought was dead is actually coming back, which is pretty cool. And something I'm also excited about, I don't know if you can see it back in here, right there. That is my tangerine crossvine. It is starting to reach for the sun and crawl up the wall. My hope and my plan for that vine is to grow up here and just kind of cover this wall. It's what I want. I hate block walls. Lived in Arizona my whole life. I hate hot block walls. And this should be the perfect environment for it to do it. You can see it's kind of down in there, and I've just been waiting for it to take off, and it looks like it is. If you remember, I cut back this castor bean a few weeks ago. It's huge again, and it's probably offering too much shade. You can see I have my seedling, and let's see if I can get back in here. Oh, actually, I forgot. Let me show you this. The other mango seedling is back in here, and yeah, it's getting way too much shade. But look, I saw that mango right there. I'm gonna take that mango off because I don't let my mangoes fruit for 3 years. But you can see how the mango is just kind of bending, looking for sun. So I'm gonna cut some more of this castor bean down. Not all of it though, because if I need shade, I want it to be there so it can grow quickly and provide shade. But it's just providing too much shade right now. But speaking of these other mangoes, they're growing really good. They're starting to take off. You can see the new growth, the kind of like brownish growth taking off and looking really good. Gotta find more space for these mango trees as well. The hibiscus and canna over here are looking good. Tons of hibiscus flowers every day, this red color. South-facing walls, guys, are perfect for tropicals like this. They get blasted by the sun in the winter when they need the heat, and keeps them warm throughout the winter so they don't die back. And then during the summer, they do just fine. Here's this other garden bed where I had a bunch of carrots that I had never just taken out. I took them out today. Some of them started to go to flower, but I took all of them out, got them in the house, gonna eat them over the next few days. Just noticed that, got some peppers here. But like I always talk about, I didn't just rip them out and throw all the biomass, all the green waste away. Instead, I just threw it back down. And now I planted other seeds in here. I planted some loofah, maybe some zucchini, I can't remember. I planted a few things in here. The goal is to have them grow up this little wire right here and then up and kind of shade other things that I'm going to plant in here. I have a problem with birds because I have lots of natural habitat back here for birds. But my problem with birds is when I plant seeds, they seem to find them very, very quickly. So I've done this in other garden beds. I'm gonna keep doing it here. I use these clear cups as kind of like a greenhouse. So I plant them and then I put the cup over it. I also put seeds all in here, but I have them covered. So hopefully that's enough to deter the birds a little bit. But I'm excited to get these two garden beds going. All right, so let me show you what I'm doing here. You can see this hole, that hard ground. I have this silk floss tree right here. And I just haven't planted it. I haven't really known where I wanted to plant it. Looks like a leafcutter bee has been going to town on those leaves. No worries about leafcutter bees. They're not gonna hurt anything. But I'm finally gonna plant that. This area, I've never really heavily mulched it. I've never really put down organic matter here. It's just been grass and it's very hard. I wanna make sure that I have good drainage before I actually plant it. Anytime before you plant a tree, make sure you have good drainage. Don't just dig the hole and then plant it. So I am not going to plant it until I have good drainage, until I can fill up this hole. And by the way, I'm going to dig it bigger, but until I can dig the hole and the water drains rather quickly. And quickly, I would say would be within a couple hours. If it doesn't do that, I dig deeper. I add soil amendments. I do what I need to do until I do get that good drainage, and then I plant it. I'm gonna show you in a minute where I planted some other things in an area where I've added tons of mulch and just biomass in general, and the soil difference is night and day. So anyways, this is where the silk floss tree is gonna go. It will provide some afternoon shade to these garden beds, which they could use because the afternoon sun, especially in the summer, really beats down on these things. So that's where that will go once I have good enough drainage. Let me show you here some mangoes. This is, I believe, this came as an unmarked tree from a nursery, so I'm not exactly sure, but this is, I believe, an Alfonso mango. Now, lots of mango. Oh, there's some grapes back here too. Some grapes, just noticed those. Let's see. Back in here. There we go, some more mangoes. You can see them in there. Get this castor bean out of the way. Mangoes, mangoes, mangoes. Mangoes back in here and over there. It's getting tall. Funny thing is, if I step back here, this is actually two different mango trees. The one you see in the background is the Alfonso. This one you see in the foreground is actually a Duncan seedling that I planted years ago. If I go like this, you can kind of see that's where they are. They're probably only planted 3 feet from each other, but now they're just kind of blending in and they're one and the same. I need to tie this back so that it can start to grow up and not out. But that one is probably 3 years old, maybe, yeah, probably 3. That's the first seedling, mango seedling that I ever planted. Moringa tree getting out of control. I'm starting to eat it every day. There's a bee. See it? If it focuses, flew away. There we go. One thing, and then I'm gonna walk over to the other side of my yard, my avocado tree. Showing you all, it flowered a lot this year. I got no avocados that stuck on though, but I'm just amazed at how good it looks like. Look at these awesome, healthy, big leaves. So awesome. And I'm encouraged, you know, if I'm getting tons of flowers this year, it's very healthy, it's growing bigger. Give it another few years and hopefully I start getting some avocados that hold on to it. So there's that. Let me walk over here. Oh, that hummingbird just almost hit us. I don't know if you saw it. Let's walk over here. One thing I did right here, here is another raised garden bed. You can see these peppers are coming on pretty good, but I had celery in here. I took out all the celery because it's warming up. Celery isn't gonna want to stick around and do well throughout the summer. And also, you can see I have these strawberry plants that I planted, and they don't want tons of sun, but they need some sun, and the celery was completely shading them out. You can see over there, I have about 12 strawberry plants in here. So I think I can get them to last through the summer. And the reason why is because they're in this garden bed where I am now facing east. This bamboo gives them very good shade in the summer, in the afternoon. There's some more here, there's some more here, there's some more here. So we'll see what they start to do. I don't think I'm gonna plant anything else in here. This is a wildflower that is now going to die as it warms up, but I'm just gonna let it die and fall down and compost into the ground. I'm just gonna allow the peppers, and then the strawberries to grow throughout the summer. So I may add some type of ground cover in there, but I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna let the strawberries do their thing. So that's what I have going on over there. Let's walk over here. I've been doing lots of work, so my backyard isn't cleaned up. Pardon the mess. But look at this, this is my corn. It's my second time growing corn. We'll see if I can do a little better this time. Look at that. Got some corn going. Some corn right here. They're all kind of at different stages. If you remember, I was having issues again with the birds stealing my seeds, so I kept having to replant. And so we have them that are all kind of at different stages. But super excited about this. I was worried it was gonna get too much shade, not enough sun. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. If you look up here, I have this pistache and then these palm trees, but I think it still gets plenty of sun to where they're gonna do just fine. We'll see. My watermelon in here, some of the vines are starting to take off. You can see this one is starting to take off and grow out of the bed. This is all just leftover broccoli. I don't rip out plants. I cut them down at the base. And they've just kind of grown back. They're not gonna survive through the summer, they'll eventually die, but I'll just let the vines kind of crawl over them. So my goal is to have the vines just completely covered here and growing out and spilling into the grass. So this is the area I keep talking about right here where I just said, hey, let's see. It's been 1 week. Can't really see that much of a difference, but I'm waiting to see how quickly these things break down because I'm adding tons of organic matter. You can see I have oranges and just everything else. We'll see how quickly it breaks down. Oh, check this out. Barbados cherry starting to turn red. Gonna be ready soon. I have tons of them here. This is the most red, get it on camera, there we go. The most red one that I have. Wait till they get nice and purple. Very, very dark red. That's when they're ready to eat. That's when they taste the best. And here, got lots of sunflowers along with the tomatoes. Tomatoes are growing good. But here's what I did, and here's what I want to show you the difference in soil. I was talking about where I dug that hole over there, and it was very bad soil, and I've had to soak it. I planted all of these roses right here. I'm gonna have this kind of be a wall of super beautiful, colorful roses. But as I dug in here, it was so simple. Wasn't painful at all, not hard soil at all. It was just easy to dig up. And that's because for years and years and years, I wasn't growing anything here, but I was just throwing down tons and tons of organic matter. Grass, leaves, pine needles, anything. I was just throwing it down. And then also for the past year or so, I've just let this clover grow here. And so then when I come and dig, the soil is so beautiful. Like, look, this is not amended soil. This is just the soil that I dug out of the ground. This is our clay soil. And here's the cool thing about it. Look at it. Look how moist it is. Look how it's not hard, but also if you squeeze it, it sticks together. That is the sign of beautiful soil, the type of soil that your trees and plants want to be able to grow, this consistency and this color. And I haven't added any soil amendments here. And it's just this way naturally after adding all of the organic matter. Our soil does not suck. We do not have bad soil. Don't use that as an excuse. We have awesome soil that can really retain moisture and has tons of nutrients. You just have to unlock those nutrients by adding organic matter, which gets life into the soil. That's what we want, life into the soil. Look at these beautiful roses. Next spring, once these have had time to grow, and it's just a hedge of roses, it's gonna be beautiful. Mangoes, my mango seedlings here are starting to grow really well. You can see, getting some new growth here, new growth here. Just threw down lots of soil amendments today. So I'm really looking forward to these starting to grow really quickly. This summer should be the summer where I can get some good height and growth out of them. I think that's it, guys. Mulberry season is almost over. Don't have tons of mulberries like I used to, but probably have another week or so of getting a decent amount, and then from there it'll kind of taper off. So I think that is it. Actually, hold up. Let me give you an update on the castor bean. Here they are, starting to get some good height. There's castor bean, right there, right there, right there, and right there. Again, the idea is to have these grow and cover this ugly block wall. Hopefully within a month or two, that's what we're seeing. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for sticking around on this World Naked Gardening. Sorry if you stuck around and you didn't see everything you wanted. No zucchini today. Sorry, guys. But let me know what you got going on in your yard. Now is a perfect time. Get out and plant things. You can plant things year-round here in the valley. And if you're not in the valley, you can still go plant something. Let me know what you're planting. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy growing, guys. Have a good Saturday.